My family is excited to go to the north and go canoeing. They really cherished, they're really excited about it. It's nice, there are trees everywhere, the smell outside is great, animals around, it's beautiful. Every year we go. So this happened last year. Well, I have two kids. One of them's 8 and one of them is 6. For them, traveling and hiking all day, canoeing all day, that's not something they've ever done. The backpacking and the walking all day is just hard for them. My son, the 8-year-old, he had his backpack that he carried. My 6-year-old, she just had her school backpack that we put a few things in and let her carry. I carried the boat on my back. My friend, her parents and children came as well. They carried food and clothes in their backpacks. So we arrived at the trail. We had to park and then walk a while. So we parked and we had to walk about a quarter mile. And then that's when we started going up the hill, or up the trail. We weren't doing the long trail, not with kids. That would be difficult. We were just doing the short trails. My children, they know what to do, so we just let them run ahead of us and run along their experience. They know to stay safe. I traveled behind with the book bag and all of the stuff. So we traveled how many miles? I'm not sure. I'm not good at math. Can you help me figure out how long it was? 1 equals how many? I don't know. Anyway. Anyways, I had to walk a quarter mile, set down my stuff, walk back, pick up the rest of my stuff, then walk the quarter mile again. I couldn't carry those 2 bags on my back at once. It would be good for it. So I kept having to go back and forth. There's so many stories from that, but one day, oh man. So most of the days I would canoe. I would not allow my kids to canoe. So my son, he would carry just the little backpack. My daughter, she had the one that belted around her waist. So I would sit in the back of the canoe, my daughter would be in the middle, and my son would be in the front. My son and my daughter decided to switch places one day, and therefore the canoe started to tip because of the weight difference. I tried to move stuff up to balance the weight so that it would go back down. that day it was really windy and the waves were just really high and the waves were raging. The first day, my son was really excited. He's like, "Oh, I love this. This is awesome." So leading up to the trip, they were really excited, and I was telling them, like, you think it's going to be easy, but it's not. Next week we're going to be um, walking all over the place. So my son was canoeing and he was complaining and he was mad, like, I'm tired. And I told him, yeah, canoeing is hard work. But this day it was just the worst. The wind was just blowing towards us, and I was just having difficulties canoeing. So first I would canoe, and our canoe would go one way, and then it would just start going the other way, and just go back and forth and back and forth. I had to tell my daughter to move up and sit with her brother so that the boat wouldn't tip. She's like, I don't want to. She's like, and I said, please, you have to move up there, otherwise the boat is going to tip over. So I told my son, please, you need to be canoeing. Like, I can't do it by myself back here. He was like, fine. I just started getting so angry and so frustrated. I got so mad at my son, I just started screaming at him, you're so lazy! You need to work harder, you're so lazy! My son looked back at me, kind of nervous, a little scared. We finally got the boat level, but it was a struggle. We were just arguing the whole time. Sometimes the water is just rough for 3 hours or so, but today it was just rough all day. The boat just kept going back and forth, back and forth. for a little bit our boat was getting stuck against the edge, just kind of traveling along the edge of the bank. So finally I just gave up and I just let it go the way I wanted to. When we finally arrived, I was so angry. My son was worn out. I felt awful. I talked to my son. I said, I'm so sorry. I was just feeling frustrated. So I was like, that's fine. It's okay. It still bothers me that I just blew up at him. I felt so bad. I was so angry. It was awful. It was not funny.